So yeah, this season, I mean, like every season, we try and structure it where we go from probably a little less quality meets and gradually taper down to very quality meets. So early in the season this year, we went to a couple flat tracks, which obviously our conference is on a flat track, so that helps us kind of adjust to the difficulty of running on a flat track nowadays. I mean, in the past, that's really been the only thing that was available, but now we have bank tracks, we have oversized tracks. So I think we're one of the teams that has stayed pretty true to going to the flatter tracks and kind of exposing ourselves to it. But from the perspective of a quality meet, I think the last few weeks we've seen our quality of performance go up pretty steeply, and we kind of plan it like that. So we schedule the season so that it really kind of runs on 2-week blocks, where we have a very good meet on the schedule every 2 weeks. So that's the type of kind of team we are. You really don't see the changes week to week. We kind of see them by every 2 weeks. We kind of like to take the temperature and see where we're at in the season. So every 2 weeks has gotten better. 2 weeks ago was a good step in the right direction for a lot of our crew. And so we're excited about A10s. Most of the team has had, has taken the last weekend off from competition. So we're rested, and we're excited to get up to Rhode Island and try and, redo what we did last year. Like I said, I think I sat down last year and I said, I think we maximized every opportunity we had last year. I think we definitely return some A10 champions. So we return Anthony in the 800. Nathan is back in the 1,000 to defend his title. Dennis in the high jump, Darian in the triple jump, and then obviously we have our 4x8 back as well. I think the nice thing this year is that a guy like Chris Lewis has matured a little bit, and I think he's going to be somebody that the A10 is going to have to deal with for a few years from now. But I think the first and foremost is getting the guys who won last year back to the meet where they were last year. And I think Nathan and Anthony are ahead of where they were last year. I think Dennis is in a really good spot, obviously having the confidence of he's the defending high jump champion from indoor and outdoor. So he knows how to jump big when the pressure's on. And then obviously Darian being a senior, this is his last indoor A10 meet, so this is big for him. So I think the nice thing this year is that we're going into it a little more balanced than we have in previous years. So having Ibrahim and Ryan James in the 3K and the 5K, pretty high up in those right now, has definitely, it helps our opportunities to score bigger in the events that we were kind of lacking a little bit last year. So I'm looking forward to see what we can accomplish. I think we can do something similar to what we did last year, but like I said, every meet's different, and every year is different, and last year was a really good year. If I'm having the same conversation with you after this weekend, then I'm going to be a really happy man, because we will have maximized what we're capable of. Yeah, I think on the women's side, we've definitely bolstered our depth on the women's side. Obviously, some of the younger girls have really come around, not just since cross country, but this whole year. So you have sophomores like Liz and Eleanor Mancini, who are very high up in a couple of events right now, where they weren't there last year. And then obviously we have Jerica Lafrano, a freshman, who is high up in the mile, high up in the 3K, and honestly, she could go in the 800 and score too. So she's definitely a pretty good card to be able to play when we go to a conference championship. But yeah, the women's side, I think, again, kind of like the guys, we're a little more balanced than we were last year. Obviously, we're definitely going to miss our A10 champion, Grace, because she's redshirting the season. That's going to be a hit for us. That's 10 points that we aren't bringing back. So obviously, we're going to have to figure out a place to make that up. And I think if you look at the type of season that Eleanor and Liz and Jerica, and honestly, I think to see what some of our younger kids on the team can do, it'll be nice to see some people get some time to shine and have some pressure on them. And then obviously having a leader like Jess, who's been there, who's done it. Again, this is her last indoor A10 championship, so I know she wants a lot out of it. But yeah, we're looking to improve on what we did last year. and then obviously, you know, take the temperature of where we're at the end of the meet. And obviously, if we can, our goal is always to go into the meet and try and optimize what we can do. So we definitely want to get the quality points that we can get. And I think the way the conference is, there's a lot of teams fighting for every point. There's a lot of, you know, the guys, there tends not to be as much parity in the teams who are going to score the highest. But on the women's side, there's a lot of people going for a lot of points. So, you know, to me, that presents an opportunity for us to scoop up some points where maybe we aren't, you know, projected to get them from. So it should be an exciting weekend. The one thing I've learned about both of these squads is that when we show up at A10 championships, we show to compete the last number of years. And honestly, I'm looking forward to another opportunity to see them compete head to head with the A10.